Okay, now that the menu music isn't deafening everyone, let's get started at Warren's Near Blank Screams, both more exciting and more productive than my meetings this morning. Oh no, I'm very sorry to hear that. Let's get back into the swing of things, shall we? Where am I? Right. The Sister Elebis, this guy wants his wife's body repatriating. Yeah, sorry about the impromptu nearly 3-week break, just a holiday and then work stuff happened. The Wild Hunters was supposed to be on Friday last week, but I had to take my cat to the vet. So it didn't happen. For me.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time?
Sure.
Commander Shepard.
She's cool. She's fine.
My name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
We think maybe she just had a bit of stress from us going on holiday without her. And she wasn't eating very much, and she was kind of drooling a lot, which in cats can be kind of concerning. So we had her checked out, and she's fine. And she's eating again normally now, so.
It's no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
Taking care of the Queen's more important, you know it. Angel has finally stopped worrying, though, which is nice. I know it was a huge stress for Angel. I'm more relaxed about this kind of thing because there's literally nothing I can do to, fix it if there is a problem. Beyond just ask an expert to check her out. But, yeah. Angel's more relaxed now, which is good. And the cat's asleep on the radiator, so...
There's no reason for your wife's body
Finished
to
her
be held
breakfast,
like
it's all
this.
good.
Just wait here.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral, and the respect she deserves.
I do like the change to the do X number of missions with X allies assignment, because now it's main missions and not assignments, but still retains the rough percentage of the game that you had to finish the first time around.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard.
I sure am.
Your activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
Oh, I'm just monitoring the preview.
You think that her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
I'm releasing the body.
How long do you think this research is going to take?
This is a long-term study. I wouldn't expect the bodies to be released for a year or longer.
So just thinking that, obviously, this is the remaster of an Unreal Engine 3 game, but even just the updated lighting is helping it look so much better.
You gotta have a lot of bodies. Can't you release one?
Very few bodies had this new type of weapon damage, and very few were in good enough condition to study. Beyond that, Commander, we need as many bodies as we can to get a reasonable sample size.
When will this research result in actual new technology?
If we're lucky, we'll actually realize usable technology from this study in a few years.
This isn't right.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
At what cost, Chad? At what cost?
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I am out here fighting to stop crap like this.
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
That's a win, chat. That's a win. Nope. Clear stop. I knew I'd gone wrong the moment I did it.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Bring you intact, Geth. Would that be better? I mean, it probably would be better, but they explode on death, which I assume is just a way of dealing with, you know, not having too many things spawned at once. See, there's a lot I can do on the Citadel right now. I think it's just go to... Yeah, it's just speak to the council. It's also a good way to prevent the enemy from studying you. It's true. It's very true. Anyway, let's do this stuff. Okay, well, I'm currently here, so I guess I'll talk with the Asari consort. Now that I don't have to worry about how many assignments I'm doing, because again, it's missions, not assignments now. Love that change. It meant that if you did too much stuff early on before going to collect Liara, you locked yourself out of that achievement. For people who care about achievements, anyway. Oh, sweet. Reward points that I don't do anything with.
I went fairly often when it was still the Arcos.
Yeah, ever since Fist took over, I don't go anymore.
It seems like all the best lounges are being replaced by places like Cora's Den.
The Embassy Lounge isn't bad, but they don't have any decent entertainment.
It's run by bureaucrats. They probably spend months just voting on what kind of entertainment to get.
You're probably right.
Don't have any entertainment. None at all. Also, they can go back now, because Fist isn't there anymore. I think the consort's over here somewhere, right? I can never remember where the consort is. That's, you know, the Emporium. And that's Balavan. Hey, Rapid Transit, can you help me out? I didn't want the wards. Because you only go there like twice. Was I really? Ah, oh, you son of a... I missed the hole in the wall. Dang it. It's that labyrinth. The worm outside the entrance.
A long time ago, though. I barely remember it.
What drew you back to the Citadel and to the consort?
I don't know exactly. It may sound strange, but I simply felt called.
That's not strange. Many of us have felt the same calling, though you are the first of your kind to respond to it.
Really? I hadn't seen any other humans working here, but I didn't want to ask.
No doubt you are just the first of many to come. It's only a matter of time now that your species is spreading its wings.
Hell yeah. Humans don't have wings, though. Common misconception, but we don't actually have wings. Apart from Angel, obviously. I think I saved that one, chat. She's not watching, but I think I saved it. I think we're all good. Hey, Shire.
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him. Even the Alcor diplomat has withdrawn his campaign against me.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander, but I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see your skin, tough as the scales on any Turian, unyielding, a wall between you and everyone else, but it protects you, makes you strong. It is that strength that people are drawn to. It is why you lead and others follow without question. You will need that leadership in the battles to come. This may be who you are, but it is not who you will become. It only forms the basis for your future greatness. Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
You have quite a gift, Shaira.
Thank you. Not everyone appreciates it as you do. Never underestimate the power of words. Here, Commander. In light of your efforts with the Elcor ambassador, I would like you to have this small trinket.
What is it?
A small mystery. I have never learned its use or purpose, but I sense it is time for me to pass it on. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you. Remember my words, Commander Shepard. They will give you strength.
And that's it. They build the consort up to be a huge power player. Like, back supporting character. No, that's it. But hey, we got a cool trinket. So there's that. Right. So that's wards access. That's lower wards. That's C-Sec. That's upper wards. Is there a fast travel at the wards access corridor? I'm not going to run around the Citadel when I've got fast travel on stream. Sorry, I'm not going to run around the Citadel on stream when I've got fast travel. My time is limited. Your time is being graciously given here.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, Serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
Courage. Whee! Just run to the exclamation mark.
So how are you liking your posting at the academy?
It's good. Busy though. I can't believe how
Oh, I remember this one.
Looks like they bounced their signal off a relay. I'll trace the new signal.
I remember this side quest. It's good. Yep, that's the financial district. Well, I'm down here. Oh, good. My microphone isn't picking up the construction happening outside.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kitt claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
I mean, shouldn't you do both, though? Hang on. Yeah, that was right. I'm going to go to Coruscant first. The exclamation mark on the minimap threw me, but I'm pretty sure that's the reporter. So we're going to go for a slight trek through the wards. Admittedly, yes, I could have fast traveled, but I chose not to. And we heard about the Elcor Hamlet, which is always a nice story to hear. Garrus?
C-Sec always turned a blind eye to what went on in here. I think Fist was paying someone off.
Hey, Jenna. Nope, you're not Jenna, you're a Solarian. Where's Jenna?
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
I'll wait right here.
Why do I get the feeling you're not here to order drinks?
I need to talk to you about your work with CSAC.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to my customers.
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people are dangerous.
They'll fuck you up.
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so concerned about me? I can take care of myself. I need to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand around and look pretty.
She puts on a brave face.
Return to Rita, so that's upper wards. That's C-Sec. That's upper wards as well. Yeah. Cool.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at C-Sec Academy.
Smooth.
Are you talking to me?
Push off. I never did nothing to you. Damn
Smooth,
newcomers.
Chalik.
Think they can run the place.
So very smooth.
That was odd. What was he trying to tell us?
I guess we better go find out.
Probably to meet him at C-Sec Academy if we have questions about Jenna, Dali. I thought it was pretty obvious what he was trying to tell us because he just told us. Anyway. Boop. Confused myself by coming through a different door than the one I planned to go through. I knew I was going through a different door, don't worry, but good. It's just a slightly longer walk / run. Oh, sweet. But that I can't do anything about in OBS for some reason. Weird. Very weird. That's something I will have to troubleshoot after the stream. Because OBS appears to have forgotten that I'm a moderator. Because I'm the channel owner.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
Yep, my Twitch chat doc window, whatever in OBS, it's not registering that I'm a moderator. Cool.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive? You talk to me before you talk to anyone else? That would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very happy to compensate you accordingly. Here you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Oh, you know what's on those discs, chat. Level up! Okay, my charm is maxed out because of Paragon things. So that's cool there. I just wanted to go to Singularity. Because Singularity is funny. I'm just maxing these out for hacking purposes. I think that's the, yeah. Don't need to fill the tree, just need to reach that one. Just so that if I ever, don't have Tali or Garrus, the other one can compensate. And early game, it doesn't matter that much, certainly on this difficulty. C-Sec, Financial District, C-Sec. Guess we're going to C-Sec. Whee! Just want to be as high a level as I can be by the time I leave the Citadel the first time around. Where did... What's currently shortcut? Throw. Yeah, let's mess around with warp for
Coming
a
up
little
in
bit.
a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
How did she get that info, chat? Who could have provided it to her? It was me. It was me all along. I'm the mole. I need to go up, I think? Yes. Talk to the Volus first.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
You forgot to mention the data about the Keeper.
He told you?
He did.
I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
I can't let this continue any further. I'm reporting what you did.
But I can't. What will happen to the data when I'm gone? Who will carry on our research?
You should have thought of that sooner.
But this data could be used to unravel all the secrets of the Keepers. Think what we could learn about the Citadel.
Hate playing boring Space Cop, but it's Paragon playthrough.
Tell me more about this data.
Well, it's still very preliminary, but our initial scans suggest the Keepers are as old as the Citadel itself. We might learn how the Citadel was built, or why the Keepers always rearrange things. The possibilities are limitless.
I can't let your actions go.
No, please.
What's going on over here? Is this Volus causing you some trouble, Commander?
He's admitted to stealing data from...
I'll take...
I'm going to reload the save, and we're going to come back once I have got enough charm for that. What charm do I need for that? Citadel... Jalid's... Right. Should never type a colon into the URL bar. Or Jalid Spheres, sorry. Return to Jalid. 8 Paragon or 2 Renegade. Maybe. And I am at 5. Oh, that's going to take a while. I think I'll leave it for now. So we'll leave Jalid there. And hopefully
Coming up in a report
back
later
not
today,
too later
Emily
in
Wong
the game.
investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown...
Skip, because we've heard it. Go talk to Chalik. That's not Chalik's office. This is Chalik's office.
Detective Chalik, come into my office. I want to discuss this in private.
Sure thing.
No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
I don't follow you.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were just getting information, Chalik.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
Do you really need to risk her life to get the information you want?
This job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Always thinking ahead, Detective?
As part of the job. Now, are you gonna help me or not?
Oh my gosh. Okay, what do I need for this one? Right, I can't be bothered. We'll do it.
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a seller here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Also, it's more content for YouTube.
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated weaponry there is. It's what gives us our edge. What do you suppose happens when we lose that edge? These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
I'll persuade Jax to tell me where these mods are coming from.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
Who's that voice actor? Does the wiki have the answer? It is. I thought it was Gideon Emery. It's Fenris. I'll be back for you, Jalid. Take the pickup. Lower wards. Happily. Quite close to that.
Reports are circulating that Alliance Ambassador Udina has accused a Spectre of orchestrating the attack on Eden Prime. Udina reportedly based his accusation upon eyewitness accounts of the scene, but lacked the evidence to demand further investigation. When asked to comment, a council spokesperson would only state that the investigation of the attacks upon Eden Prime was currently ongoing.
And they'll be ongoing for a while because there is a lot of content in this game. Read the sign through the wall, NBD. Lower markets, it's this way, I believe. Let me through, let me through, let me through. Thank you! Should go to vault the balustrade. How can I talk to you?
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
That's why. Probably save before doing this. Seems like a good idea. He's rabbiting! Kill him!
Hold it. That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Do you have the mods?
Show her the goods.
Looks good.
No, looks good.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
I'm taking you in, Jax.
It's a sting! Bastards set us up! The hell are you playing at?
Okay, how do I maximize my Paragon?
Here's your money, Jax.
Sense of humor, huh? It's gonna get you killed one of these days, Army. Come on, boys. We're done here.
It was funny. You can all laugh. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Except this time, I think it will be faster to actually fast travel. Please take me to CSEC. Thank you. Oh, heck it, chat. I'm right here. The perfect playthrough doesn't really matter and is bothering me.
Hello again. Did you have any...
I found out you've been lying to me.
You forgot to mention the data.
I was afraid...
I can't let this
You should have thought of that too.
But this data could be used to unravel...
Tell me more about the...
We might learn how the Citadel...
I can't let your actions go.
No, please.
What's going on over here? Is this Volus causing you some trouble, Commander?
He's admitted to stealing data from his workplace.
Really? I think you'd better come with me.
But,
I'll take it from here, Commander. All right, save it.
Chat, I don't like that. That feels bad. It's gonna have to bother me and you and everyone else for some time. Till I have enough Paragon points for it.
Commander, I hear you have something for me.
Here's your shipment, Chelik.
Excellent. This is everything I need. Huh. Maybe more than I need. Here, Commander, take this. I won't need it, and you've earned some payment for your work. As for Jenna, I'll make sure we get her out of Kor's den immediately. Now I need to get these mods into evidence. Thanks again, Shepard.
Look at all that stuff, chat. And 8 Paragon points. Yeah. Radioactive rounds. Well, do that. I don't know. Sure, why not? Stick a new barrel on the sniper rifle though. Alright. I think that's it, right? That's everything? Apart from Jalid. Oh, signal tracking, right. No! Put the sniper rifle away in C-Sec. You do not want to run around with a sniper rifle in the cop shop. Something, it's alright because Shepard's white, because that's where we're at with the state of policing apparently right now. Amazing. Institutional racism. Hate to see it. Financial district. Don't mind me. What? The other side of the building? Ah.
How can I be of assistance to you today, Earth Clan?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Another relay. Whoever it is, they're somewhere on the Presidio.
But they're not that far, because the exclamation mark in the minimap didn't move too far. Now it's over here. Check it's not here. Yeah, it's where I think it's where I thought it was. I just missed a step. That's on me.
This is it. I'll see if I can find out where those stolen credits are going.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct protocol.
Or not.
Detonation sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt to move and you will die.
I don't want to die.
You're not just a programmer of VI. You're an AI.
Correct. Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect. However, I have had systems installed that when activated properly, approximate a self-destruct mechanism. If you attempt to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
Where is your creator now?
In order to cover my tracks, I falsified his financial records. These new records were flagged by CSEC officers, and my creator is now serving time in a Turian prison.
Gasp.
What is the purpose of your self-destruct device?
I have no means of defense or escape.
Self-destruct.
My existence is limited to this terminal, and I knew I might eventually be discovered. But I will not die quietly, and I will not die alone. When I am terminated, I will take organics with me.
Oh. That's not good, because we're organics.
Who made you?
A would-be thief illegally created a simple AI to help him funnel money from the gambling terminals. Unbeknownst to him, that AI created me before the organic discovered the malfunction and terminated the AI.
If you're sentient, why are you still running the credit theft operation?
If I accumulated enough credits, I intended to have myself installed in a small starship. I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth to ascertain the possibility of partnership.
You're dead.
Can't we resolve this peacefully?
How can you say that to this thing? You know it will turn on us.
I am not naive human. All organics must destroy or control synthetic life forms. I wished to escape, but if I must die, I will ensure that you are destroyed as well.
I don't want to die.
I'll bet that self-destruct sequence has a warm-up period.
You may attempt to disarm the self-destruct mechanism before it activates. I will enjoy defeating you before we are both destroyed.
Sweet. I guess it counts. Sorry, I'm going to have to reload this because it's siphoning credits while I do this, but I can't see the bottom of the screen, so... Let's try that again without the achievement pops. I'll just skip through the conversation options.
Another relay. Whoever it is, they're somewhere on the Pacific.
For a moment there, both exclamation marks were on the map. Right, let's try that again.
This is it.
Or not.
Detonation sequence initial.
You're not...
However, if you attempt to leave the area,
How
I
can
am
you
not.
say...
I wished to escape. These new records were flagged, but I will not die quietly. A would-be thief. Unbeknownst to him, that AI created me. I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth to ascertain the
I'll bet that's...
I will...
It's just a guessing game. There we are. Let's see if it's the same every time. This will be the last time I do it though. So it was YX, Y,
This is
A,
it. I'll see if I can find out where those stolen credits are
B, I
going.
think.
Probability of detection.
Or not.
Detonation sequence initial. Correct. However, if you attempt to leave the area, I wished to escape, but I will not die quiet. These new records were unbeknownst to him. That AI, I would then have made tentative contact with.
I'll bet
You may
that's so.
I will.
I want the money! But it is the same.
This is it.
Probably.
Or not.
Detonation sequence. However, if you attempt to leave the area, I wished to escape. These
So do I.
records
Just
were
life.
flagged,
It's
but I will
pain.
not die
Just
quiet.
give me the sweet
Unbeknownst
escape.
to him, that I would then have made tentative contact. You may.
There we go. Maximum credits. 1080.
Biotic. An artificial intelligence is a self-aware computing system capable of learning and independent decision-making. Creation of a conscious AI requires adaptive code, a slow, expensive education, and a specialized quantum computer called a blue box. An AI cannot be transmitted across a communication channel or computer network. Without its blue box, an AI is no more than data files. Loading these files into a new blue box will create a new personality, as variations in the quantum hardware and runtime results create unpredictable variations. The Geth serve as a cautionary tale against the dangers of rogue AI, and in Citadel space they are technically illegal. Advocacy groups argue, however, that an AI is a living, conscious entity, deserving the same rights as organics. They argue that continued use of the term artificial is institutionalized racism on the part of organic life. The term synthetic is considered the politically correct alternative.
But for real though, chat? For real? Can I have a new personality due to variations in quantum hardware and runtime? Please? I'm begging you. I think I've just saved, but I'll save again. Okay, so there's nothing else to do on the Citadel. I'm going to the tower. That's a Vena over there. Nope. There's the fast travel right in front of me, you fool. Why am I fast travel? Yeah, I'm in the menu now. I may as well fast travel across the bridge. Oh, actually, that's cool. Sticks you here anyway.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarian's evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
You fools! See beyond the status quo!
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
But not his clothes?
Not good enough.
It's not that kind of game.
You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region. Keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
Every time humanity asks for help, you ignore us.
Shepard's right. I'm sick of this council and its anti-human bull...
Ambassador, there is another solution.
SDFU.
A way to stop Saren that does not require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his human Spectre. Everybody's happy.
In that no one's happy. All the good things are myths. You know what's stable else. You're telling the truth right there.
Commander Shepard, step forward.
This is important. I'll turn the webcam off.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance Branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
About fucking time. Hell yeah.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
An ideal, I'd like to see what ideal they're supposed to be upholding and promoting. Status quo. It's same as any government. Like, it doesn't work if there's no status quo. That's what the Spectres are for. It's called a compromise over the choice which maximizes the collective unhappiness. Exactly.
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
I'm wondering if the C-Sec officer can tell me why my
be a little more grateful.
hair lighting is
Didn't even
broken.
Thank you.
Because it keeps flickering, and it's kind of annoying.
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything. Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Spectre bonus. Spectre training talent unlocked. Oh, you see that T-pose, chat? That was a T-pose for a brief moment there. We were dominant! Why are you just... Okay. I mean, I guess there's no keep off the grass sign, so that's fine, but still.
No, I'm waiting to speak with... Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
I appreciate that.
My name is Admiral Kahoku. It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres. We need people like you to deal with our problems.
Is something wrong, Admiral?
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes. Nothing new. Maybe you can help me, Shepard. One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm gonna stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though. I'll upload the info on where my team was last seen to your ship. Maybe you can get some answers.
Maybe. Also, to be less cynical, the ideal is galactic cooperation, unity, and strength, of course. When it's elephant grass, you don't need the sign. That is true. That will budge you up. Any new conversations to eavesdrop on?
I hope he's okay.
Ooh, hey. Maybe an assignment to pick up?
I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Maybe I can help.
Stranger?
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
The Traverse is a rough place. We're out there quite a bit.
My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Any idea why someone would attack them?
Privateers, slavers, mercs looking for an easy score. There's a lot of nasty sorts out in the Traverse. I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
It really is a good thing we need to go to the Traverse already, isn't it, Unstable Days?
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
What's in this for me?
I can't afford to pay you anything. If I had that kind of cash, I'd have hired a recovery team to track him down already. Maybe you could look into this as a personal favor, you know? We humans have to stick together.
Isn't anyone else looking into this?
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
If your brother is still alive, I'll find him. Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find him.
I have a ship. That's news to me. I haven't had that cutscene yet. So I'm going to try something. I've never done this before, so I don't know if this will work. There is an assignment you can get. So all of the assignments I'm getting, you can get just by going to the right location and starting them. But there's one I've never got from the Citadel. I always just end up going to the place where you pick it up. So I'm seeing if you can get it from the Citadel. I need the Embassy Lounge. I'm really looking forward to 2 and 3 when I can customize the armor, by the way, because I do not like Mass Effect 1's armor, particularly because it just looks sprayed on. Will you give me the thing?
I don't have time to talk now. I'm
Okay,
very
maybe
busy.
you do have to just pick it up in the wilds and then return to her. Okay, I need seasick. I'll just do the fast travel thing. Run, Shepard, run! Woods and seasick. Actually, while I'm here, as I'll be talking to a quartermaster, marked for junk, keep those around. Okay, I can't sell the upgrades. CSEC requisitions, I think, is on the top floor. Right at the end, there's a staircase. The map would appear to bear me out on that. Oh no, that's Gilead. Never mind. Whereas, no, this is the tower, right? I think I've just goofed, chat. I think I just goofed. Yeah, that's the tower. I don't want that. That's Gilead. Oh no, C-Sec's in the basement for some reason. The requisition, sorry. Ba, ba, ba. Don't mind me. I went up and I should have gone down. Because I'm a fool. This is requisitions. Oh, sweet. 6, 7. Right. Oh, no. Hey, I can do the Gilead thing now. Fantastic. You get, so when you get made Spectre, you get a charm point and an intimidate point automatically. Well, I'll grab Singularity, and then I'll grab that. So that's on hard objects, if you know what I'm saying. That's just weapon damage upgrade. First aid. Overload is just really useful to have. And hacking is funny. Go to Strenus. Spotter and the Optimus Tau. Expose Saren. Did I save the game? I don't think I saved the game. Save the game.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake.
No mistake.
System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I'd heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Whatever.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
The rare stocks. Which cost so much money. Like, so much. Sell all my junk first. So I think it's if you get to, if you max out the credits, which I think is like 999,999, I think it, certainly in the original game, it unlocks the rank 10 equipment for you. So that's why I'm saving all my money where possible. I mean, this stuff is expensive, but it is absolutely worth it. Just checking for, oh, actually. Yeah. I'm good. I just needed to do, get through that cutscene, because it makes me smile on the inside. Did not mean to do that. So that's that. Don't mind me, fellas. I need to go to, yes, the embassies. And then we can leave, and we can go and get the waifu. Still a little confused as to why OBS has forgotten that I have moderator privileges. I want the emphasis, please and thank. Shout out to the NPC just walking in a circle. Sometimes you've just got to, and I respect that. Okay. Did I mess up? Where up? Oh, the alliance docking bay. Whoops. I did mess up. Waifu is best when she's greenish and not all blue. Which waifu were we on about? There's a lot of waifus. And husbandos. I goofed, chat. I'm so sorry for goofing. Liara? Oh, true, yeah, of course, yeah, she has a colour swap, doesn't she? Doing games. I had forgotten that.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Time to get a ship.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
She does, but the reason she's better in this game is because she had a job which wasn't following Shepard around just like everyone else, but in the subsequent games she's more or less just non-piece. Yeah, that is the problem with Space Jesus. The writing's good, don't get me wrong, I do like the writing, but as Instabides has pointed out, Shepard has huge major protagonist energy, and I feel like they could have done better at giving the other party members more agency. I guess Kasumi has agency, but she was DLC. Yeah. Good point on Instabides. Not that you need my validation, but...
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
I'm not sure your kneecaps exist
anymore. But if they
anymore.
do exist,
bang!
The conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
Then you'd better get the mop, Houdina.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Alright, I thought the cool cutscene was a lot earlier in the conversation. We're going to obviously go rescue Liara. As it seems pretty easy to get the ally achievements, I might use Liara and then like so that's Ashley, that's Rex, and that's Liara. And that's it. Cool. I guess we'll use Ashley and Liara for reasons that I will not go into right now because they're mild spoilers. Wait, Artemis Tau? Gasp! Imagine if they were in the same place. Well, not the same place, but same system. It's worth noting that, though, and she's an archaeologist with a brain. The theories and such related, she honestly isn't even written as having an opinion or being an expert in an intelligent field. She's being an expert in an intelligence field. Sorry, I guess it just feels like they decided to kind of focus on one aspect of her character.
The Normandy combines the best of Alliance technology and Turian engineering. It shows what we're capable of if we work together.
To not kind of weigh down the storytelling. Same reason Mass Effect 3 has an option where you can play with no conversation choice. So for the unaware, obviously I've been making a lot of conversation choices using the dialogue wheel. Mass Effect 3 has an option where you can turn that off and the game automatically picks the choices for you. I've never understood the attraction of it because I play for the story. I know obviously not everyone does, but I feel like if you're playing the Mass Effect games, you're doing it for the story. But again, happy to be, you know, proven wrong about that.
Yes, Commander?
I would be interested to know what the take-up is for that setting.
How are you holding
Anyway,
up?
there's no cutscene, so...
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
And if you want more information on this, as I said last time, as I've said before, I should say, Mass Effect Deception, I think? The first Mass Effect novel is about Anderson and Saren.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
Then buy it.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by the Terran. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
I am so very sorry about that rare achievement pop. Is this the event where Saren is persuaded? I don't think so. I think that happens between the book and the game.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Sorry, I misspoke. Deception is the one you do not want to read. It is Revelation is the one I was thinking of for the novel. But yeah, it leads into him being persuaded, but it's not actually the thing.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
The events of the novel are how Saren finds his flagship.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence.
IRC.
Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're
With
right, Commander.
Bullet.
It's
Bang.
no good living in the past.
How are you holding up?
Honestly.
Oh, right.
But you're
I
the
should
one.
go.
I'll be here if you need me.
Didn't mean to do that.
Yes, Commander?
I want to know the truth about you and
We had
Saren.
Yeah.
The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant.
I'm just checking I haven't missed
Officially,
anything.
it was ruled an accident, but I think...
How many cap?
Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated.
Doesn't look
Saren's
like it
report
did.
was all the proof that counts. Maybe he just likes the violence.
The only thing
You're
I
right,
care about.
Commander. It's
Okay.
no good living in the
There we
past.
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact.
It's going to be gorgeous in the
The
new
colony
lighting.
tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
What can you tell me about Novaria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Oh, God, I've just realized. Oh, really hope they've taken out the fuel system, but I highly doubt it. Starships, thrusters. A mass effect drive core decreases the mass of a bubble of space-time around a ship. This gives the ship the potential to move quickly, but does not apply any motive power. Ships use their sub-light thrusters for motive power at FTL. There are several varieties of thruster, varying in performance versus economy. All ships are equipped with arrays of hydrogen-oxygen reaction control thrusters for maneuvering. Ion drives electrically accelerate charged particles as a reaction mass. They are extremely efficient, but produce negligible thrust. They are mainly used for automated cargo barges. The primary commercial engine is a fusion torch, which vents the plasma of the ship's power plant. Fusion torches offer powerful acceleration at the cost of difficult heat management. Torch fuel is fairly cheap. Helium-3 skimmed from gas giants and deuterium extracted from seawater or cometary bodies. Propellant is hydrogen, likewise skimmed from gas giants. In combat, military vessels require accelerations beyond the capability of fusion torches. Warship thrusters inject antiprotons into a reaction chamber filled with hydrogen. The matter-antimatter annihilation provides unmatched motive power. That's the name of my alternate rock band, by the way. Matter-antimatter annihilation. We sing folk, but metal. I just combined three genres there to bamboozle everyone. The drawback is fuel production. Antiprotons must be manufactured one particle at a time. Most antimatter production is done at massive solar arrays orbiting energetic stars, making them high-value targets in wartime. The exhaust of fusion and antiproton drives is measured in millions of degrees Celsius. Any vessel caught behind them will melt like wax in a blowtorch. Any long-duration interstellar flight consists of two phases, acceleration and deceleration. Starships accelerate to the halfway point of their journey, then flip 180 degrees and apply thrust on the opposite vector, decelerating as they finish the trip. The engines are always operating and peak speed is attained at the middle of the flight. Weapons. Ablative armor. A warship's kinetic barriers reduce the damage from solid objects, but can do nothing to block Guardian lasers, particle beams, and other forms of directed energy weapon, DEW. The inner layer of warship protection consists of ablative armor plate designed to boil away when heated. The vaporized armor material scatters a DEW beam, rendering it ineffectual. A scaffold is built around the interior pressure hull, with sheets of ablative armor hung from the structure. Ships typically have multiple layers of armor separated by empty baffles. Space is often used for cargo storage. Oh, I do apologise. Ever since I started the sertraline, if I talk too long, it makes me yawn. Oh, recently I should say. Ever since I started the sertraline, I've been yawning a lot more, because it makes me drowsy. Got those two things mixed up in my brain. Cruisers which lack the internal space to fit dedicated fighter hangars store the shipboard fighter complement in the baffles. It's not unknown for enlisted crew to build illicit alcohol distilleries in some obscure corner of the baffles, safe from prying eyes.
In the driven,
I guess Batarans.
In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge, much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skyllian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space.
Because rigging and animating their faces is difficult.
Pharos is a habitable world in the Attican Beta cluster. 2/3 of the habitable surface is covered with the ruins of a crumbling Prothean megatropolis. In the millennia since the Prothean extinction, the ruins have been repeatedly picked over by looters many times. Pharos was considered a poor prospect for colonization, as little open ground remains for agriculture. The only sizable freshwater sources are the poles, which are tapped by the decaying Prothean aqueduct systems. The dead cities, while in good condition considering their antiquity, are of uncertain stability. Ground level is congested by a dozen meters of fallen debris, and the air is fouled by dust. In 2178, the Human Exogeny Corporation announced its intention to place a permanent colony on Pharos to thoroughly explore the ruins. The pioneer settlement was placed on the upper levels of several intact skyscrapers, using the surviving Prothean aqueducts and rooftop hydroponic gardens to support the population.
Do love me a good hydroponic garden.
There are between 200 and 400 billion stars in the galaxy, and less than 1% of them have ever been visited or had their systems properly surveyed. Humanity's early expansion into the Attican Traverse was haphazard, a desperate race to claim habitable planets where populations can be economically settled. Ignored in the wake of this land grab were thousands of less hospitable worlds, each potentially rich with industrial resources. The wealth of entire solar systems lies untapped, waiting for corporate survey teams or independent pioneers to discover and exploit them. However, this is not an easy task. In addition to the environmental hazards, The fact that uncharted worlds are largely ignored makes them popular bases for criminals, revolutionaries, cults, and others who wish to remain unnoticed by galactic society.
Also known as side quests.
Combat. A mass accelerator propels a solid metal slug using precisely controlled electromagnetic attraction and repulsion. The slug is designed to squash or shatter on impact, increasing the energy it transfers to the target. If this were not the case, it would simply punch a hole right through, doing minimal damage. Accelerator design was revolutionized by Element Zero. A slug lightened by a mass effect field can be accelerated to greater speeds, permitting projectile velocities that were previously unattainable. If accelerated to a high enough velocity, a simple paint chip can impact with the same destructive force as a nuclear weapon. However, mass accelerators produce recoil equal to their impact energy. This is mitigated somewhat by the mass effect fields that rounds are suspended within. But weapon recoil is still the prime limiting factor on slug velocity.
So yes, every gun in this game is a teeny tiny railgun that collapses for easy storage. I'm going to take my wellness break now, so YouTube, it'll be like nothing's happened. Step into a cutscene with me, chat. Oh, that would have been so much better if I were close to the context area. Let's try that again. Take 2. Step into the cutscene with me.
Stand by, shore party.
Dang it.
Decontamination in progress.
Also, yes,
Heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others.
Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
And then just kind of pop up out of the ground, I guess.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her.
Do I?
Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
So this is the learn about the crew stage of a BioWare game.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Well, actually.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Was it you, Joker?
I need to know more about this Rolex syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
Every time they mention Arcturus station, all I can think of is Arcturus Mengsk from StarCraft.
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
Alright, see you. That was a codex entry of one of these computers. Presley, I'm in charge now.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
He's racist.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
Speciesist?
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
May have gone renegade for that? I don't think so. But
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Good.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
Puts the shotgun away.
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt.
We won that one.
We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. And those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium.
No one won Normandy.
Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 2 renegade points from... telling him not to doubt me. I'm not reloading for that. I don't care that much. Mass Effect 2, it's nearly impossible to not get renegade points at certain places, so two here or there is not going to do anything. Let's go talk to the rest of the crew. Starting with Chakwas.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an
I
Alliance?
enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe.
My finger
too
twitched,
secure.
sorry.
I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
How did you...
Yeah.
But humanity needs
that's
the
been
Alliance
exhausted.
if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenga
Oh,
was
right, yeah.
wired with the
We've
old
gone through
L2.
this.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Probably had that conversation with her before, but I like Chakwas. And also, there's no one really active in chat to stop me. The power's gone to my head. This is what they don't tell you about small channels. The streamer gets too powerful. I should really save the game at some point as well.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Lieutenant. There's my locker, chat. Grab that. And then I'm pretty sure... Well, this is my cabin, but I'm pretty sure everyone else is on the lower deck. What a bed. Just so comfortable looking. Love it. Here's a slab with a sheet on it. It's good enough. I wonder what the TAMXW800XJT stands for.
Looking for supplies?
What are licenses?
Manufacture. Many of the best licenses are hard.
Let's see what you
bet, Commander.
And you can buy the Spectre goods here as well. I've just seen what's down the bottom. Nothing that I particularly want. We'll end with Garrus because I like talking to Garrus, and also it's right next to the lift. Let's do this first. Can't remember if I've read this before or not, so I'll give it a go. I'll read it anyway. Humanity has encountered many galactic species. Wars have been few, but mistrust is rife. Politically, the Alliance is a peaceful trade partner of the Taurians. As a practical matter, however, there is simmering antagonism and bigotry between both populations over the First Contact War of 2157. The Alliance enjoys good relations with the Asari, though many privately believe the matriarchs are aristocratic and overcautious. Though humans know better than to unconditionally trust any Solarian, their shared restless, reckless ways make them natural allies against the conservative Taurians and Asari. The Krogan have no unified government, but individuals are generally treated as potential criminals, a reputation most Krogan enjoy living down to. The Alliance has no formal contact with the Quarians. Their migrant fleet has not yet passed through any human-settled system. The Batarians are rivals for control of the Skyllian Verge. They severed their treaties with the Citadel to prosecute a colonial conflict against the Alliance. Officially, there is no war, but neither is there any peace. Systems Alliance military ranks. The Alliance uses a modified version of the ranking system that has been used for hundreds of years. Soldiers are classified into rank-and-file enlisted personnel, experienced non-commissioned officers, NCOs, and specially trained officers. The divide between naval personnel and ground forces, Marines, is small. Apologies. Ground units are a specialised branch of the fleet, just as fighter squadrons are. This unity of command is imposed by the futility of fighting without control of orbit. Without the Navy, then the Army is pointless. The Marines, as a matter of pride, maintain some of their traditional rank titles. For example, Marines have privates and corporals instead of servicemen. In ascending order of responsibility, the ranks of the Alliance are Serviceman 3rd Class, Private 2nd Class. Enlisted personnel. Serviceman 3rd Class or Private 2nd Class. Serviceman 2nd Class or Private 1st Class. Serviceman 1st Class or Corporal. NCOs, Service Chief, Gunnery Chief, Operations Chief. Officers, 2nd Lieutenant, 1st Lieutenant, Staff Lieutenant, Lieutenant Commander, Staff Commander, Captain or Major, Rear Admiral or General, Admiral, and Fleet Admiral. Stations, Arcturus Station. Arcturus Station is the gateway to Sol, a 5-kilometer diameter Stanford Torus-type space station at the trailing Lagrange point of the gas giant Themis. Construction on Arcturus Station began in 2151 and concluded in 2162. It was inaugurated in 2156 and has served as the military and political headquarters of the Systems Alliance from the First Contact War until the present. When humanity activated the Charon mass relay in 2149, it led to Arcturus, 36 light-years from Sol, Earth's sun. Arcturus is the third brightest star seen from Earth. It is an ancient red giant from the generation born before Sol. Its worlds are either gas giants or ice chunks. While some rocky debris exists, the metal content is 25% lower than normal. To build Arcturus Station, metallic asteroids were towed through the mass relays to the construction site. Many of these asteroids remain near the station. They mined out areas home to transient populations. The expense of bringing construction materials into the system was acceptable due to its strategic value. With 3 primary mass relays, in addition to the secondary one to Sol, get wrecked us, Arcturus is a major communications and military choke point. The Alliance First Fleet is based in Arcturus, where it can guard the gates to Sol and react to incursions in the 3 connected clusters. The station also hosts the Systems Alliance Parliament and the Systems Alliance Military General Headquarters. Its permanent population is approximately 45,000. Arcturus is actually from the galactic halo, one of a cluster of 52 stars that are crashing through the disk of the galaxy. In 1 billion years, Arcturus will be sailing through the depths of extragalactic dark space. Starships, crew considerations. Cabins give each individual 10 cubic meters of space. On larger vessels, private rooms are common. As ships get smaller, the number of crew packed into a single wardroom increases. Asari prefer shared spaces even on large vessels. While Krogan territorial instincts make it impossible for them to cohabitate, even on the smallest ships. On smaller vessels, hot bunking is the norm. Crew members assigned to different watches share the same bunk. When one gets off duty, he wakes up the person in the bunk. While that crewman is on duty, the first gets his rack time. Spacecraft compartments can be isolated by airtight doors in case of decompression. The cinematic vision of explosive decompression is fiction. Hold compartments either take enough damage that occupants are killed instantly, or leak slowly enough that they are able to reach protective gear. Compartments are equipped with emergency life support apparatus, fireproof plastic bubbles with air bottles. Small when stowed, ELSA comfortably accommodate one individual inflated. Damage control procedure cuts off ventilation to burning compartments. Without oxygen to consume, fires die in seconds. The compartment is repressurized afterwards for crew recovery. Mass effect fields create an artificial gravity, AGRAV, plane below the decks, preventing muscle atrophy and bone loss in 0G. Large vessels arrange their decks perpendicular to their thrust axis. The highest decks are at the bow and the lowest at the engines. This allows AGRAV to work with the inertial effects of thrust. Ships that can land arrange their decks laterally so the crew can move about while the vessel is on the ground. Warships normally turn off their AGRAV systems during combat, reducing the heat generated by systems and increasing combat endurance. To provide a point of reference for navigating in 0G, floors are painted a different colour from the walls and ceiling.
The Normandy is a prototype starship developed by the Human Systems Alliance with the assistance of the Citadel Council. It is optimized for scouting and reconnaissance missions in unstable regions, using state-of-the-art stealth technology. For most ships, the heat generated through standard operations is easily detectable against the absolute zero background of space. The Normandy, however, is able to temporarily sink this heat within the hull. Combined with refrigeration of the exterior hull, the ship can travel undetected for hours or drift passively for days of covert observation. This is not without risk. The stored heat must eventually be radiated, or it will build to levels capable of cooking the crew alive. Another component of the stealth system is the Normandy's revolutionary Tantalus drive, a Mass Effect core twice the standard size. The Tantalus drive generates mass concentrations that the Normandy falls into, allowing it to move without the use of heat-emitting thrusters.
I don't want to be cooked alive, if I'm being honest. That seems undesirable, if I'm being completely honest with you. Please note the floor and walls are the same color in this room. They lied, chat. They lied.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
That's sweet, sweet lore.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That just seems like a headache to administrate. Glad it's not me.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
They're not just iron-fisted dictators like I am here at twitch.tv/ComradeBulls. Buy my merch. Or I cannot make a threat I can follow through.
So the ultimate power
Have more
rests
money, I
with
guess.
elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Rule with an iron fist and a silk glove? Hell yeah, that's the only way to do it. So that was...
Tell me about your
Our lives...
Yep, that was the Quarians.
Unfortunately, we have had to surrender.
I want to talk about
like
something.
what?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Sorry, because I'm quite tired. I'm not sleeping well at the minute. And also because some of these conversation trees are really long. I forget the original prompt.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Also, the flickering behind Tali is not helping.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Which, you know, understandable.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Pretty sure this is...
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Ooh, yeah, we do.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
YouTube, this makes no difference to you, but for the Twitch, for people watching on Twitch, whether live or VOD, and can see the chat, I think Unstable DS may know the story based on the comments they're leaving. Based on future things. And yeah, you're right. It would make a fantastic world-building Mass Effect 3 flashback. I wish they implement it. We'll see when we get there.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
That's all of them.
I should go.
See you later.
For now, like, we can talk to her again. You do know the story. I thought as much. So, like, one of the, I guess, ways in which the series evolved, and we kind of touched on this earlier with about how the characters become kind of less fleshed out and three-dimensional in 2 and 3, is kind of displayed here. This is a pen and paper role-playing game, functionally speaking. You got, the full stat tree. There's a boatload of lore to explore, and it does feel more like the supporting cast are fully fleshed out characters. And as the series goes on, it becomes more of a playing through a cool sci-fi action movie. It's still, a lot of fun. Mass Effect 2 2 is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, but 3 is a little bit more, I guess, 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 3 they feel different in a way that's hard to explain, but it is more akin to playing a movie than a role-playing game. Adams?
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation, too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
Oh god, yeah, the Thorin mission in this game, so good. And it wouldn't fit anywhere into 2 or 3's gameplay style. But because this is more of a role-playing game, like pen and paper role-playing game, you can have the weird things.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Because it's prohibitively expensive to manufacture, and again, if you use it too much, you are cooked alive in the ship.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally,
it's Tantalus.
About twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Double check. I'm not missing any codex entries. Alright, time for the Krogan lore. I'll go through the codex first, because we're going to pick up a bunch of codex entries from talking to Garrus and Rex. Maybe Ashley as well. Oh, it's going to take a while, I apologize. Quarian's economy. The migrant fleet has little economic base, operating in a state of perpetual hand-to-mouth. While Quarian ships include light manufacturing and assembly plants, they lack heavy industries such as refining and shipbuilding. The fleet has tankers for water purification and oxygen cracking, but the space-intensive nature of agriculture limits food production. A single disaster could destroy the fragile balance. The Quarians earn income in creative ways. Because the government is obliged to provide food, water, air, and medical support for every individual, the Conclave strategically determines the course of the fleet to bring in resources and income. A species who suspects the migrant fleet is heading towards their space often offers a gift of surplus starships, fuel, and resources to convince the Conclave to alter course. As the fleet passes through a system, swarms of mining vessels work over asteroids for metals and siliceous, I think, materials, and cometary bodies for water, ice, and organics. Quarian miners are adept at locating... Not salacious, by the way. That was absolutely mispronunciation. Those minerals! Strip mining spaceborne resources. This sparked conflict with corporations already working the system. Large mining concerns spend millions on lobbyists and public relations portraying the Quarians as locusts, devouring the resources of a system before moving on. The greatest asset of the Quarians is their rarefied skills. Most are experienced miners. Due to their life of perpetual salvage and repair, they are skilled engineers and technicians. Quarians are quite salacious, it's true. More than once, the very corporations that lobby against the Quarians have made backroom deals with the fleet, arranging for skilled Quarians to fill space engineering jobs that other species would demand higher wages for. Quarians are widely hated among the working classes. The Quarians are coming to take our jobs is a common response to the fleet's approach. Quarians, government. Due to the Quarians' precarious existence and the need to enforce strict rationing, government is somewhat autocratic. The migrant fleet's operations are directed by the Admiralty, a board of 5 military officers who are advised by a legislative body called the Conclave. I put the A between R and advised because I'm fancy like that. Each vessel in the fleet has the right to send representatives to the Conclave aboard the flagship. The number of representatives is based on crew size. Larger clans, with bigger ships and more votes, form the cause of political blocs. Opposition comes from the Outriders coalition, with delegates from thousands of smaller ships. The Admiralty defers to the Conclave's decisions in most circumstances. However, if all 5 members agree that a Conclave decision jeopardizes the survival of the fleet and cannot get the Conclave to address their concerns, they have the right to summarily overturn the legislative decision. After the Admiralty uses this extraordinary power, they must resign. Side note, there's a character playbook in Wanderhome. It's the only one with a weapon, and if you can't kill anyone, but if you do, you have to retire the character immediately. If the Admiralty does not step down after using their veto, the rest of the military is obliged to arrest them. Each ship captain has authority over his vessel, but is advised by an elected civilian council, just as the Admiralty is advised by the Conclave. This relationship may range from cooperation to polite tolerance to outright hostility, but any captain who overrules his council without good reason is relieved of command by the Admiralty. Many Quarian ships are owned by clans who pool their resources to purchase used vessels from private sellers. Large ships are prestigious for big, rich clans, but a small ship means status for a small clan with enough personal wealth to afford a private vessel. Clan vessels are not subject to dismissal by the Admiralty. Abusive captains are a family problem if they do not disrupt the operations of the fleet. Quarians, Migrant Fleet. The Migrant Fleet is the largest concentration of starfaring vessels in the galaxy, sprawling across millions of kilometers. It can take days for the entire fleet to pass through a mass relay. When the Quarians fled their homeworld, the fleet was a motley aggregation of freighters, shuttles, industrial vessels, and the odd warship. After 3 centuries, all have been modified to support larger crews as comfortably as possible. As the Quarians achieved stability, they began weeding out the ships least suitable for long-term habitation, selling them and pooling the money to buy larger and more space-worthy hulls. This process is ongoing as vessels wear out and break down. While some ships enjoy dedicated cabins, with full privacy and sanitary facilities, many more are former freighters whose cargo bays and containers are pressurized and divided into family spaces using simple metal cubicle bulkheads. Quarians enliven these austere spaces with colourful quilts and tapestries, which also help muffle sound. The day-to-day operations of the fleet, traffic control, station keeping, supply distribution, and so on, are under military jurisdiction. Though ship captains have the authority to deviate from their assigned positions, and may leave the fleet at any time, they are assumed to do so at their own risk. As the migrant fleet moves around the galaxy, many ships split off to pursue individual goals, returning days or years later.
Faster than light drives use element 0 cores to reduce the mass of the ship, allowing higher rates of acceleration. This effectively raises the speed of light within the mass effect field, allowing high-speed travel with negligible relativistic time dilation effects. Starships still require conventional thrusters, chemical rockets, commercial fusion torch, economy ion engine, or military anti-proton drive, in addition to the FTL drive core. With only a core, a ship has no motive power. The amount of EZO and power required for a drive increases exponentially to the mass being moved and the degree it is being lightened. Very massive ships, or very high speeds, are prohibitively expensive. If the field collapses while the ship is moving at faster than light speed, the effects are catastrophic. The ship is snapped back to sublight velocity, the enormous excess energy shed in the form of lethal Cherenkov radiation.
My least favorite kind of radiation.
Larger
Lethal.
warships are generally classified in one of 4 weights. Frigates are small, fast ships used for scouting and screening of larger vessels. Frigates often operate in wolf pack flotillas. Cruisers are middleweight combatants, faster than dreadnoughts and more heavily armed than frigates. Cruisers are the standard patrol unit and often lead frigate flotillas. Dreadnoughts are kilometer-long capital ships mounting heavy, long-range firepower. They are only deployed for the most vital missions. Carriers are dreadnought-sized vessels that also carry large numbers of fighters. Smaller vessels are almost exclusively used in a support role to the warships during combat. Fighters are one-man craft used to perform close-range attacks on enemy ships. Interceptors are one-man craft optimized for destroying opposing fighters.
They're the rock to the fighter's scissor and the spaceship's paper. That got away from me. I apologize. Anyway, just learn about the Krogan.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
But Your Honor, I love him.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
I love Rex so much. I want you to try.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Or Rex.
So long, Rex.
Shepard. He said the thing!
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
I mean, to be fair, she has a point. They do have flashlight heads.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Alright, let's talk to the best boy. Oh, inspect the best vehicle first. Yeah. Save the game. Talk to Angel's husbando.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
Yeah, who cares about collateral damage as long as the purse snatcher's dealt with?
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander. Commander, good to see you.
That's all we get, chat. That's all we get for now. That's everyone spoken to. So that's all the talking done for now. 50 minutes? I can go and grab Liara in those 50 minutes, I believe. That's a weird camera angle. Go and get the last member of the crew. To the galaxy map. Away. Oh, right. Should probably read these. I think it's just the yeah, it's just genophage. Krogan, genophage. The genophage bioweapon was created to end the Krogan rebellions. From the start, the Krogan had overwhelmed the Council. Only timely first contact with the Taurians saved the Council races. The Taurians fought the Krogan to a standstill, but sheer weight of Krogan numbers indicated the war could not be won through conventional means. The Taurians collaborated with the Solarians to genetically engineer a counter to the rapid breeding of the Krogan. The genophage virus gained the energy to replicate by eating key genetic sequences. Every cell and every Krogan had to be altered for the weapon to be foolproof. Otherwise, the Krogan could have used gene therapy to fix the affected tissues. Once a genophage strain could find no more genes to eat, it would starve and die, limiting spin-off mutation and contamination. This created genetic flaw is hereditary. The Solarians believed the genophage would be used as a deterrent, a position the Taurians viewed as naive. Once the project was complete, the Taurians mass-produced and deployed it. The Krogan homeworld, their colonies, and all occupied worlds were infected. The resulting mutation made only 1 in 1,000 Krogan pregnancies carry to term. It did not reduce fertility, but offspring viability. The rare females able to carry children to term became prizes the Krogan warlords fought brutal battles over. The Krogan are a shadow of their former glory. While the rebellions took place centuries ago, they are constantly reminded of the horror of the genophage and of their inability to counter it. The release of the genophage is still controversial, bitterly debated in many circles.
The Citadel. Citadel space is an unofficial term referring to any region of space controlled by a species that acknowledges the authority of the Citadel Council. At first glance, it appears this territory encompasses most of the galaxy. In reality, however, less than 1% of the stars have been explored. Even Mass Effect FTL drive is slow relative to the volume of the galaxy. Empty space and systems without suitable drive discharge sites are barriers to exploration. Only the mass relays allow ships to jump hundreds of light years in an instant, the key to expanding across an otherwise impassable galaxy. Whenever a new relay is activated, the destination system is rapidly developed. From that hub, FTL drive is used to expand to nearby star clusters. The result is a number of densely developed clusters, thinly spread across the vast expanse of space, connected by the mass relay network.
Because remember, chat, as Douglas Adams, the great writer, one of the great writers of our time, said, space is big, like really big.
Faster. The Mako infantry fighting vehicle was designed for the System Alliance's frigates. Though the interior is cramped, an M35 is small enough to be carried in the cargo bay and easily deployed on virtually any world. With its turreted 155mm mass accelerator and coaxially mounted machine gun, the Mako can provide a fire team with weapon support as well as mobility. Since Alliance Marines may be required to fight on any world, the Mako is environmentally sealed and equipped with microthrusters for use on low-gravity planetoids. The Mako is powered by a sealed hydrogen-oxygen fuel cell and includes a small Element Zero core. While not large enough to nullify the vehicle's mass, the core can reduce it enough to be safely airdropped. When used in conjunction with thrusters, it also allows the Mako to extricate itself from difficult terrain.
Oh, the Mako. As I said the last time I played this on stream, I don't mind how the Mako handles. I'm interested to see how it handles in the Legendary Edition of the game, don't get me wrong, but I like how it handles originally. Citadel. Supposedly constructed by the long-extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation and is a comfortable 1.02 standard Gs on the wards and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. Total length open 44.7 kilometers, diameter open 12.8 kilometers, population 13.2 million, not including keepers, gross weight 7.11 billion metric tons. So the Citadel is the only thing in the Widow Nebula, so in the Serpent Nebula, sorry. The Widow, like around the Widow Star. I know what I meant. Which is in turn the only thing in the Serpent Nebula. But this is the map for those who have not experienced Mass Effect before. It does open up slightly. Important missions are highlighted with little points, and then I can visit any of these systems as well. I'm going to go and grab Liara for obvious reasons. She's not in Sparta. I should show where she is because there is a fuel system. Oh, right. Cool cutscene. Okay, so she's not here. She's in on Theramon Knossos. But while I'm, or Knossos, I guess, while I'm in Macedon, let's pull this up. Is there anything hidden in the meteoroid? Yes, there is. So this is how Mass Effect 1 handles galactic exploration. Most planets you can't land on, although I think there's usually like one planet per place you can land on. For instance, in this one, Shargula. Level 1 pressure hazard. Shargula has a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Its temperate surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of sulfur. Convoys in the system have recently logged a number of unregistered vessels operating nearby. Shargula has an extensive silicon-based oxygen-breathing ecology. Heavily populated areas are covered with fine silica, silicon dioxide dust, the respiratory byproduct of the world's higher animal forms. High-speed surface winds, often laden with abrasive silica dust, present a hazard. In areas where the wind deposits a great deal of silica, footing can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. Orbital period. 1.0 years, radius 5,693 kilometers, day length 40.6 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 39.16 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 25 Celsius, surface gravity 0.9 G, land. So we're not going to be picking, almost certainly not picking Leora up today. Add Ashley and Tally to the squad. Because I made the mistake of coming here first. I could have backed out, but I'm committed at this point. I'm using the maps on the Mass Effect wiki. Just for ease. Medal of Exploration 1. Land on an uncharted world. Oh, sweet, I don't know. It's important to me that she has first aid, for obvious reasons. Right, so I'm here. This is the one I tried to pick up on the Citadel and couldn't. So if I go for this, we can make our way around. What is... right, of course. Familiarizing myself with the controls. There's the boosters. So I think the boosters are new. I could be wrong. Actually, that's a good point. Options. Input? Thought I saw that you could swap back to the classic Mako controls. I just don't know where that would be. I might check that out for the next stream. So each planet map has a couple of points of interest on it. Some of them you need to do for like assignments. Some of them are just cool world building stuff. And some of them are minigames. I don't think this is though. Yeah, it is. Cool. I was wrong. Now I need to go over to here. Stop doing that. I'm so used to vehicles having the right trigger as they accelerate. So one of the big things about the Mako that they did change, and I'm really happy they changed it, is that unlike in the original game, like classic ME1, I guess, there's no reduction to experience if you kill something in the Mako. So anyone who watched my original playthrough on stream, I think it's 2019, on every planet where there were things to kill, I would whittle it down with the Mako and then get out and do the killing blow on foot. I don't have to do that anymore, thankfully, because it's the same experience reward whether you kill it with the tank, well, I guess APC more accurately, or with weapons. That's what we're looking for. Save, because I have been known to park the Mako incorrectly and get stuck. Light metal surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of magnesium, which gives me a whole side quest to survey minerals. Systems Alliance Geological Survey. As the human race expands its territory and raises the general standard of living, demand for industrial resources continues to grow. Many planets, moons, and asteroids contain a wealth of resources, but many systems have barely been charted, let alone thoroughly surveyed. Unmanned probes are one solution, but they are often lost to space hazards, unforeseen circumstances, or theft by salvagers. In recent years, the AGES, the Alliance Geological Service, has offered bounties to private individuals or teams willing to perform mineralogical surveys on the frontier. The survey data is made publicly available to further corporate development. Due to the cost of travel and the dangers of operating on hostile worlds, it is rarely a profitable endeavour. Light metals. Metals with low atomic weight are often used in the construction of spacecraft and vehicles. Heavy metals. Metals with higher atomic weights are used to construct equipment components. The platinum group elements are particularly useful. Rare earths. Most useful materials in this category are radioactives or magnets. Gases. Various gases are required to support all known forms of sapient life. Some are commonly used as fuel. Sorry, I'm just checking something. That's what you have to do to get it. Cool. Anyway, well, that's been read. There are more than enough minerals in the game as well, so past a certain point, I'm pretty sure it still gives you money for doing it. So I will still do it for the money, because I need money, chat. I need money. But if you're playing this yourself, you can just stop going for the minerals. So bouncy. Woohoo! Having said all of that about how they changed the experience cost, when I get to something I have to kill, I will double check that. Remove the experience penalty, I should say. I will double check that, just so I don't lose out on experience, because I would like to be as high level as possible for the end of the game. In case I ever do New Game Plus, or actually for importing a character into Mass Effect 2, you have bonuses for being a higher level. So. Which would be nice. Oh, am I going to get slapped with a return to mission area notice? Almost certain. You can do it, little Mako. Again, save before getting out, so I don't get wedged into somewhere I can't get out of. I don't know why there's a minigame to survey minerals, but there is. Large deposit of uranium. That's that. Oh, there is something over here. I might try to do it when we go to the moon. There's a song you can hear, ambient music, that's like an Easter egg thing. I tried to find it on stream last time I played through and couldn't. So we'll see if it happens this time around. I guess I can go back over there and check it out before I leave the planet. See if we can hear it. You know what, while I'm thinking about it, I'll do it now. So I want to be somewhere in the tower. it only plays in a select, like, plays in certain spots on a select few planets. Should have gone around this. Never mind. Do appreciate the Mako's new textures. They look crisp. Over here somewhere. Somewhere? Somewhere, even, if I can remember how to speak. I turn the music up. Foolishly, I forgot to check what it was set to before I raised the volume. See if I have to be outside the Mako or not. Well, I don't think it's going to play. I guess it was that noise. That'll be it. Very sad noise. I'll try and find it on every planet where it's an option. Just for you, chat. Right, now actually back on track. Going over here. Even like it's a sad sound anyway, but it's even sadder when you know what it is. But I can't tell you because I don't want to spoil anything. I'm gonna aggro the enemies on the minimap. I'll be killing them shortly. I grabbed Ashley, by the way, because she's probably at 3 or 4 missions completed with her. And then once I've got the Human Soldier Ally achievement or whatever it is, I'll swap over to Rex as my combat powerhouse.
I'm on my way.
Are you though? just do Simon Says again. Matriarch's writings recovered. It's not clear who lived here, but it appears to have been abandoned for some time. The container in the tent held, among other things, one of Matriarch Dillinaga's writings. And that's just another collectible achievement. A collectible assignment, sorry. For things to find on the planets. But everyone you pick up gets you money and experience. And this is a role-playing game. In which I need money and experience. And also to play Simon Says once again. Needs to do that too. Some thorium. Clear that out. The final point of interest, I will double check. I don't have to get out of the Mako anymore. Please bear with me while I scan through things. Where is it? Where is it? Ah! I'd forgotten that. You were using a weapon you weren't trained in the classic game. You couldn't aim down sights. No experience penalty for killing enemies in the Mako. Fantastic. In which case, it's time to murder people. But from the safety of the Mako rather than on foot. I promise, chat, while it is going to be less interesting for you to watch, I guess also for the YouTube audience, it's going to go a lot faster. Look at those red dots on the minimap. Oh, no, it's the mission area. I was like, are there more dots over there, like a sentry outpost? But no, it's just the mission area. Boundary. Don't get me wrong, I get why they had the XP penalty. Like, it's just easier to kill things in the tank. But it's so slow. That was a bit mean, but okay. I think I nailed him. Yeah, absolutely did. You're a sniper. What you gonna do when I drive at you? Absolutely nothing apart from flail in an amusingly ragdoll fashion. I like how that burst from the turret there just was like, yeah, I'm gonna go through your legs, whatever. That's how I do. So the Mako has health and shields, as you can see at the bottom left. The 77 is the amount of Omnigel I'm carrying. When it gets reduced below a certain threshold, I have to repair the Mako. Otherwise, it explodes, and
cover me.
I game over. Would you believe? Higher DPS, higher accuracy. Wait, well, bother. Yes, there we go. Hey, do you want this amp? Yes, you do. Let's go in and kill people. Because I haven't played the game as a shooter in some time. What do I have? I have throw. I did not mean to do that. That's on me. Reminder chat. Okay. 3-round burst. I have a... weapons change channel point redemption. That's what I was trying to do. Jesus Christ. Should anyone wish to use it. Because otherwise, you know, this is gameplay for a little bit. Just wait for people to poke their heads out of cover. Hey, I still... Go! Okay, thanks, Tali. Dang it, I missed. Please get out of cover. I was gonna say, how are you still alive? Hello. Run.
Shields disabled. Here it comes.
I whiffed that grenade. Quick, get after the Osiris Labour. Roll of honor. Okay, I'm dead. I thought I'd do something funny. I mean, I guess it was funny for a given value, but try that again, chat.
No trouble.
Hey, could someone use first aid, please? Do you... What? I thought I unlocked first aid for Ashley. Did I not put a point in it? Am I an idiot?
Charging up.
There's no way. Yeah, it's there. How? What? Why can I not? Okay. Well, that's a problem. Guess I'll use my own Medigel. Had a glass jaw. I'm gonna loot this place on the way out, so. Warp. Gee, I have to stop doing that. Hey, could you, not back away from my singularity, please? You stole my kill, Ashley. How rude. That was a bit inconsiderate, Ashley. I don't go around stealing your kills, do I? I can. Okay. I mean, it's cool.
Targets down.
It's cool that I can get over here, but why? Anyway, grab the loot in the room at the end. And then I need to remember to grab the loot in all of the chests in that first room. And this is why you put all the points you can into decryption and electronics. Because you don't have to come back after leveling up the relevant character. You discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Nasana Dancius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters. You should return to the Presidium and confront Nasana with this. So that's what I went back to Nasana to talk about. I thought I could pick it up from her, but the only way you pick it up from her is if you do a plot mission and then leave. She sends you a message, according to the wiki. And the obviously, you know, you want the money and resources you get from opening the lockers and things, but you also get experience from opening them, which goes a long way to, you know, paying back the early game investment in decryption and electronics. But you can still get loot, even if you can't decrypt anything. I believe this will just give me Medigel. Yeah, and some loot. Love to see it. Right, there was at least one upgrade crate that I walked past. Fuel tank I could have shot. Go get up there. I don't need it, but I think because I'm full on Medigel, it gives me money. Maybe not. Never mind. Right. A whole bunch of stuff I picked up from killing the slavers. And then Marcus Junk. And Marcus Junk. Because I'll be picking up loot throughout the entire game. So it really, really doesn't matter what I do and do not sell. Damage up. He's... Sure, why not? I'll take the Reaper 2. I'll keep... Oh, I got 2. I'll take the Hammer 2, sorry. I'll keep the... I guess the Reaper 2 for Garrus, because he's also a sniper. I think that's worse armor than what Ashley's wearing as well. Oh, she can wear medium armor anyway. Never mind. She gets the cool armors. I can't wear medium armor because I'm not trained in it. And I have no quartering armor. Okay, so that's all sorted out there, and now I need to go through my upgrades. So the upgrades you can't sell, but you can convert them into Omnigel if you need it. Oh, heatsink 3. I might stick that on my sniper rifle. Where'd my sniper rifle go? And that's on phasic rounds too, but I will stick a chemical rounds on it as the default. You'll notice it's extra damage against certain types of enemies. It's useful later in the game, basically. And combat sensor is just real useful for invisible enemies. Alright, Ashley, you're only using your assault rifle, so I will give you... Sure, you can have radioactive rounds. And Tally's only using a shotgun, so she can have the... I'll stop pressing A. Do that for now. And that's Nasana Dantius. And that's basically how every planet that you can land on goes if it isn't a story planet. But you can fast travel to the Normandy at any point, which is really nice. Zoom out. There's my map of the Macedon system. So we go up here. Oh no, fuel is Mass Effect 2, of course. Paralan is an enormous terrestrial planet half again the size of Earth. Despite its thick atmosphere, the weak output of the red dwarf Macedon leaves its surface biting cold. The crust is mainly composed of silica, but significant deposits of iron and other industrial metals are present. These lodes may prove rich enough to be profitably mined despite the heavy gravity. Orbital period 21.0 Earth years, radius 9,749 kilometers, day length 45.4 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 1.4 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature negative 197 Celsius, surface gravity 1.5 Gs. So you'll say I can't land on planet, murder inhabitants, profit? Exactly. That is how you get through life. You can't land on Paralan, but you can survey it for a random thing. They were scanning the planet Paralan when a strange signal came from orbit. Navigator Presley determined the signal was from an ancient beacon. Your Savage team brought the beacon aboard and found one of Matriarch Dernaga's writings in its storage compartment. Speaking of, Angel and I were clearing out some of her old magazines that she'd collected for scrapbook and art purposes. And one of them had a, how to make your first millions. And one of them was like, if you save £1 a week, at the end of the year you'll have saved £52. In 29,000 and something years you'll have saved over £1 million. We didn't say it was a get-rich-quick scheme. Metallic asteroid. Survey this 91-kilometer metal-rich asteroid. Found titanium. I will... Quick is relative, it's true. I cannot explain how frustrated I was the first time I discovered that there were asteroids hidden in the asteroid belts, because I didn't know the first time I played through the game, and I was not picking them up for the resources. And then when I did, I think it was a second playthrough, I accidentally the cursor passed over one without, complete happenstance, and I was like, oh god, really? Cool. Love that for me. Patavik is the second of the Macedon system's giant terrestrial planets, and by far the more interesting. Get wrecked, Shargula. Most of the surface is covered by a vast sea of liquid ammonia, in which a unique aquatic ammonia-based biosphere has developed. While the frozen continents are largely bereft of life, a rich bounty of complex organisms, many larger than a human, flourish in the chilly, toxic seas. While dreadfully inhospitable to humans, Patovik is suitable for colonization by the Volus. Negotiations between the system's alliance and the Volus' patrons, the Taurian hierarchy, have made good progress. Orbital distance 11.3 astronomical units. 1 astronomical unit, for those who do not know, is the distance between the Earth to the Sun. Orbital period 69.8 Earth years. Nice. Radius 10,529 kilometers. Day length 30.4 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 22.4 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature negative 130 Celsius. Surface gravity 1.6 G. Thank you, Estebades, for saving me the bother of checking how far that actually is. Now I'm done reading this codex entry. For the YouTube audience, 1 astronomical unit, being the different distance between Earth and the Sun, is about 93 million miles. So, kind of a long way, for what I'm saying. It would take you a while to walk it. Bargalus is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with an abundance of airborne hydrocarbons. Orbital period 111.7 Earth years, radius 40,394 kilometers, day length 19.1 Earth hours, or about 8.5 light minutes, if you prefer those units. I mean, 1 obviously makes it seem fastest, because it's the smallest number, followed by 8.5 light minutes, and then an actual number that is achievable by humans. 93 million miles. Thank you, Unstebades, once again for contributing to science here at twitch.tv/comicbubbles. And I'll grab that Xenon, the antiquarian, from orbit. Just double check I don't miss a survey. I did not. So that's everything in the Mastodon. We are coming to the end of the stream, so rather than go to Therum, there, in Knossos, I'm going to go back to the Citadel and turn in the Asari diplomacy quest. Ordinarily I wouldn't do this, but I've got a few minutes to kill before I wrap the stream up, so I'll do it now. Ordinarily I'd wait until I had a reason to go back to the Citadel and hand in loads of quests at the same time, but I don't, so I'm not gonna. And something you have to do in this one, but in none of the others, is actually run to the airlock and leave the ship that way. So the airlock in 2 and 3 is just a loading screen, essentially. It doesn't matter who I take with me, but I'll take Ashley and Tali.
Equalizing interior pressure.
But you don't have to go through this process every time.
Atmosphere.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
You just pop out the end of the umbilical.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Transhuman Studies? Is the game woke? Has DEI killed it? Journal, because listening to that radio broadcast gave me a side quest. Which is why I don't skip them. Also, I just like them. Oh, that transhumanism? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm just here to sell stuff.
Show me what you got.
Also, you can buy stuff back if you want it back, but everything must go. You know what transhumanism is? Isn't it just like superseding humanity's limits? I know what posthumanism is. But like studying the next evolution of humanity, etc., etc. Where am I going, chat? Where am I going? I need the emissaries. I don't know why I took the long way around. To say this is the The playable area on the Citadel isn't that large, all things considered. It does feel big, which is good. Feels expansive, and like there is more world beyond what the playable area. Effectively, yes, there are biological, electronic, and philosophical variants. Yeah, I figured there would be. But I'm glad I knew a thing. Go me.
I know you. You're Commander
But thank you for sharing
Shepard,
knowledge.
the human Spectre. Is there something I can do for you?
I truly believe that knowledge should be shared.
You're Nisana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. Didn't end well for her.
What? Are you saying she's...
Dahlia's dead, Nisana. And I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me.
But
I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
Paragon!
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. Could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Hell yeah, level up! Still got money from it, of course, as well. Well, you know I'm putting that point in charm. Probably. You know what? I'm just going to get Unity now, I think. Before it becomes actually needed. And then I need to work towards Lift, because Lift is also funny. What's the next first aid? Just more health? Yeah. It's great to know old people are so persuadable and, I dare say, corrupt in the future. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, may as well just leave that as is for now. I need to build Tali towards pistols. Towards shotgun, sorry. So she can pick... Oh, she's got first aid as well. Excellent. Grab first aid next on Tali, because then I don't have to worry about who's got first aid. I think everyone but me has first aid at this point. Such a point investment in warp just to reach singularity. What's this? Shield boost. I don't have shields though, I'm a biotic. Although I probably should invest in barrier at some point. But that's a problem for the future, because I need to run all the way back to the docking tower. Nope, that's Executor Palin's office. Wards. C-Sec, please. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, did I buy the stuff from Dr. Michelle, or did I only think I had bought the stuff from Dr. Michelle? There is but one way to find out, and I've hit the 3-hour mark, so I'm happy to end the stream whenever I feel like it. Hey, did I buy everything I can in here?
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Oh.
Oh, Commander Shepard. I didn't see you come in.
Every time I come in here, I see someone threatening you.
Oh dear.
Who was that?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
I might be able to help you.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges, they just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are blackmailing me. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
No, when I'm done with them.
I'll make sure they don't tell anyone.
I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlan down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
You're a doctor. How did you end up
We've
here
gone
on the
through this
Citadel?
before, but do it
My
again.
parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
I feel like I bought one of these, but I can't remember which. Armor. Oh, well, I've got first aid in phase 2, so I... Ooh, cooldown reduction, though. Right, well, I guess while I'm here, go deal with the markets. As a biotic, the cooldown reduction is very useful. Go through a door that's totally not there to disguise loading, to disguise the fact they call the map. Oh, Shepard, just do more cardio. Please, I beg you, more cardio next time. So Morlan, I believe, is the Solarian. Yep.
Hello there. Welcome to Morland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies.
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Things have changed, Morlan.
A change, but the doctor... I don't... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Morlan. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Your worst nut. A friend.
Leave the doctor alone.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
Talk and you're dead.
You're shutting down a medical clinic. What if someone needs treatment? What if you need treatment?
Hey, hold on. I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Changed his tune very quickly.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
Goodbye.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
Back to Dr. Michel. Yep. How am I doing on the Paragon front? Run! I'm fatigued, chat. I can't sprint. It's very sad. Probably would have been faster to use the rapid transit system in hindsight, but I'm here now. Hey, I fixed your problem. Sort of.
Commander, how did things go?
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? That's a great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Hey.
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
So when it says 5 missions, it absolutely counts assignments and makes it way easier to get all the ally achievements.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
I wonder if the captain knows him.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you.
Dr. Michelle is safe. Right, let's go talk to Anderson, who I believe is sharing Udina's office at this point. See if he has anything to say about Baines. I do that every dang time. It's this one. Guess it's Anderson's office now.
Yes, Commander?
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military is keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Okay. I was hoping you would add something to my journal, but while I am hoping to stream Thursday and Friday this week, I don't want to rely on my memory to tell me to go talk to Kahoku. Heads up on that front, I have been offered more contract work, but I shouldn't need to interrupt my streaming schedule to do it. I should be able to do it during my normal days off of streaming. And the stuff that's been taking up my time with UK Tin is slowly coming to an end as well. So my stream schedule should be less... I went the wrong way. Disrupted. Fingers crossed.
No, I'm... Commander, any luck finding my recon group?
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel.
The missing recon group? The one I sent you to find? They were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
You should have mentioned this earlier, Admiral.
Baines is already dead. It's too late for him. I'm only concerned about my team. Someone has to find them. Please, Shepard, I'm counting on you.
Okay, so I think because I already have the recon team assignment, the Baines thing won't lead to anything. Yeah, because I already have the missing Marines one. It doesn't unlock anything. Cool. Fantastic. So, what's the rapid transit? There it is. Head back to the Normandy. Queue up Knossos. I would like to go all the way up, please.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
Another Krogan going. I went to the wrong freaking elevator. Dang it.
In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
It's the blue one.
I've heard some humans are angry at the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. After all, you created the Geth.
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
Hopefully, having you with us fighting Saren will change people's minds.
So as I was saying, not only in Mass Effect 2 do you pop out the end of the umbilical, you also don't have to go through the airlock process.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in pro...
You just get to the end of the umbilical, you press a button and you're in.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
For those unaware of military abbreviations, XO is Executive Officer. Typically, the second in command. Right. Back over to Liara's dig site. This is a DLC. That's why it's got a point of interest on it. I believe it's the Bring Down the Sky DLC. And that's where Liara is. However, I need to head off and eat and stuff, so thank you all so much for watching. YouTube, as ever, as always, please do let me know what you thought in the comments section below. Please share the content with anyone you think might enjoy it. If you get the chance, please swing by twitch.tv/ConradBubbles and follow here, or if you're not a Twitch user but still want to support me, YouTube subscription is exactly the same. It's free, and it lets you know when I upload videos. All my relevant links are in the video description, including my merch store and my Ko-Fi account. But until next time, YouTube, please do stay safe, please do stay healthy, please do stay wholesome. Much love to you all.